Hey guys, it is Vulcan Wolverine, or Kyle, and it is Saturday, May the 28th. I just wanted to make a little video. Had a couple of things that I wanted to talk about. Sorry, I'm eating ice right now. I'm doing pretty well. Still getting a lot of V2K. I woke up though, I put a plug like near where I sleep downstairs, and I woke up, in a pretty good condition. So, moving out at the end of June, I did want to say, I wanted to go back on a theory that I had, and now I kind of figured it out, I think. If you watch Targ Indies, it's TARG and then space Indy. Watch this video on Target Individuals, how the fusion centers work. They'll teach you a lot if you're being vehicularly stalked or street theater. You're getting a lot of that. It'll kind of teach you how those things work, because the main things that they're looking for when they're patrolling, or we call it vehicular stalking, so they're harassing people being microwaved. The main thing that they're policing non-criminal activities. So that theory that I was videotaping vehicular stalking, and then my main organizer somehow worked with the DHS Fusion Center, that's wrong. Because if you watch that guy's video, he goes into the papers of how the DHS Fusion Center works, and what they do is, if you're even filming things, like if you're just filming nothing, you could have a camera running in your car or whatever, that will be reported to a DHS Fusion Center as a non-criminal activity that needs to be policed. And so that's why my vehicular stalking picked up. That may have had nothing, like my main organizer, I guess he would have had to have something to do with it, because I'm using a camera phone and I'm basically just holding it up in my car. So I mean, somebody, either a one light car, knew that I was videotaping with my camera and reported it to a fusion center, and that's a non-criminal activity that they'll patrol you more for. So it wasn't necessarily my main organizer saying, okay, he's videotaping it, so let's go ahead and turn up the heat on it, so he'll say that. So and that's what this program tries to get you to do. In my head, I'm like, how are they trying to use this against me? But it's well-oiled evil, like I've always said. I don't respect it because it's evil. It's destroying our society, putting money in the pockets of criminals and bad people. But I don't underestimate it. It is very well-oiled evil. The left hand doesn't know what the right hand's doing. And there are a lot of hands in this, a lot of different agencies who are just doing their little part, and they have no idea the big picture that, millions of people in America are being microwaved to death. Millions of people all over the world are being microwaved to death and experimented on. And all this DHS Fusion Center and stuff kind of floats around it, and they use it to, to get us to react, to get us more, to get us more anxious or more fearful, and then their weapons work easier, their experiments work easier. You don't go out as much or whatever. But that video is great if you are being vehicular stalked, or you have a lot of street theater. That's the best video to watch. He goes into the all the programs and what they've written about the programs, and what they're policing non-criminal activities. So me using the camera in my car would be reported, and my vehicular stalking, or what they would call patrolling, would pick up at the DHS, and they would go report it that I had a camera or something. So it may have not even been my main organizer who's hit me with the microwave weapons. It could have just been a one light car, a policeman on the street, going back to the Fusion Center and reporting that I was using a video camera. And you can just be videotaping nothing, and it's not even in a car. It wouldn't even be like you videotaping something in a car. If you are a person of interest and you're videotaping a squirrel in a park, somebody can go back to a DHS Fusion Center and ramp up your vehicular stalking or your street theater. So it's just very, very, there's a state police right there. Yeah, and like me and my mom were going, to her new condo, which I may stay in for a little while, and like city police like stalked us. Like 2 city police cars came right around the car like while we were driving there and stalked us this morning. So it's like they stalked my parents too while I'm in the car. It's really, really bizarre, satanic stuff, and a lot of people are not in the know about even what they're doing, like a lot of these DHS Fusion Center people. So I wanted to say that it's a lot more complicated than just my main organizer, getting with the Fusion Center and saying, okay, yeah, this guy, he's videotaping the car, so let's do this to, screw him up. It's actually something that is on their dockets. That if you're a person of interest that's already on the list for the DHS Fusion Centers and you are videotaping anything, a squirrel in a park or a camera in your car, that they're going to go report that and your vehicular stalking is going to pick up. So I found out about that by watching Targ Indy's video. I mean, he doesn't just say it. He actually has the publications. They put out publications of how the DHS Fusion Centers work and what exactly they're looking at when they're looking at us. So, in a lot of the DHS Fusion Centers, it really works in conjunction well with the Directed Energy Weapon Program, the torture, rape program they have. But a lot of that is so disconnected and compartmentalized that they have no idea. I mean, they just have no idea about what the target individuals are going through. They're just doing their little part, and they don't know the big picture, which is seriously dangerous. That's a big point for me. This is compartmentalized and stratified so that a lot of these agencies and people just doing their part don't know that people are actually being murdered during this, and that is the most dangerous thing ever. Because I've worked in a lot of corporations, a lot of charities, a lot of businesses where people aren't on the same page. Things go to shit, and that's what they want to happen. They want nobody to be on the same page, and they want only the people who know like the whole score to be collecting the money, to be collecting the information, the knowledge, and they're evil people. So they see it as a great solution. Change light right in front of me, right when I'm rolling up to it. But if I can just say it once again, speak out. Now's the time to push. We need to push. And I've seen so many new target individuals making videos out there. I'm so proud of all y'all. Y'all inspire me to keep making videos. Let's stay consistent. Even if we're hurting, today they're hitting me in the face and they're hitting me in the knee earlier. It's some pain, but I still want to make my videos. I don't want them to push me back. I want to keep pushing. I want to keep pushing myself. And you guys really help me do that. Please get on the conference calls. Do whatever you need to do to get connected to the TI community. Now's the time to push. Whatever way that you can, and please check out. I'm putting it on my Facebook page. My Facebook is Kyle TI, so it's KYLE space TI. Please get on my Facebook page. Check out David Voigt. It's David David, and then Voigt is spelled really weird. It's VOIGT. Not GHT, but GT, so VOIGT. So he's doing his walk along the American Discovery Trail, and right now he is in Washington D.C. He actually put out something in the Smithsonian. Him just videotaping it. I mean, he's like enjoying the countryside while he does it, but he's also getting press. Like he got he got something in the paper, I think the Maryland paper. It was a Delaware paper. if you can, what I was thinking, and I'm just throwing this out there, I'm going to talk more to him and to some other people. Press releases, like if we put out press releases for him, for wherever he's going next, if you're a target individual or non-TI and you write press releases, I write press releases too. So I'm going to try and figure out where he's going next so I can write press releases for local media in those areas, so maybe he can get more coverage. I've also got some more plans because it's a great human interest story. It's really good for TIs and non-TIs. He sent out 10,000 mailers. He's a hero to me. He's a hero, and that's a very, very smart idea for me. So I want to get behind it like 100%, whatever I can do. And I think y'all should too. Look up his email, see what you can do for him. If you can't do anything, send $20 to him or whatever. I'm going to try and do more on that front. Also, Humanity Warriors. If you're in that Los Angeles area where they're at, please go out and support them. These things, I know that they're not happening all over our country, like the Humanity Warriors thing in Los Angeles, or people doing walks all over the country. These are, groups of TIs doing these things, but what it's doing is it's setting examples. It's setting very shining examples. David Boyd is setting a shining example. I don't want to make him, I don't know if he watches these videos, but it's about setting examples. If we can get these brush fires started and really get behind them, then we can set examples that will keep going, that will push it further, that will make other people do these things too. And that's so important. That's why you guys gotta speak out. It's gonna show other TIs that they can speak out too. That they don't need to be afraid, that they have a whole community. I mean, not just a community. We have, on Facebook and on these conference calls and on YouTube, we have an army. We're just separated. And I don't want to say army because we're campaigning. We're not. If we get enough awareness out, we don't have to. I won't go into that, but it's like if we get enough awareness out, we can stop this, and we can stop it peacefully. We can get our lives back, but we're gonna have to take it. We're gonna have to take it, guys. Like it's not gonna. They're not gonna give it to us. They're not just gonna be like, okay, well, we're killing you, and we've got this really well thought out evil program to trick everybody and to not knowing that you're being murdered, to make you look crazy. So we're going to go ahead and stop it. We have to take it. We have to take it. So I see these Humanity Warriors, protesting. I think I saw a protest in Canada. David Voigt's walk, great idea, because he's taken that. People are interested in human interest stories. So, telling our stories as TIs and stuff, me making these videos has done a good job. Y'all making videos on YouTube has done a great job. But people are very interested in these human interest stories, and you see it with David's example. Because when he walks across the state, it's something that he's doing for a cause, and the local media will jump all over this because it's something that is interesting to people. And I don't know, I want to support him even more. The press release idea I think is very good, that if anybody has experience with that, and I'm going to try and get in touch with him to see if we can drum up some more press for him, so they'll know where he's going to be kind of while he's walking down the trail. Get the time set up, and then send out some press releases to the local media in those areas, because he's going to be walking all the way to California, and he's only in Washington D.C. right now, so we have a lot of time to help him drum up publicity or send money to his cause. And that's on my YouTube page, and I'm sure it's on his YouTube page, so look him up if you're a TI. These things the things that he's doing, Humanity Warriors doing, me and some other friends, we really want to get that audio spotlight. I think we got around 100